Okay, so the next thing we're going to look at is text effects. So you'll see that there's generate a vector. We're going to come to that when we work with Illustrator. All this does, it used to be that you could do it right inside of this interface, but they've changed it. So what it does now is it takes you down into Illustrator. So we'll wait and work with generate a vector in Illustrator. And the same thing with generative color, recolor. We're going to wait and work on that when we get into Illustrator. You'll also see generate a template and text effects, and both of those jump us over into Adobe Express. And we are going to spend one part of the class working just with Adobe Express. And so we'll work with the generated template. We'll work with creating a printable materials and animation. And it's kind of like Adobe's answer to Canvas. But let's go in and work with the text effects. So this will launch something called Adobe Express. When I click it from here, it takes us right into the part of Adobe Express that allows you to create a text effect. And then I just type in whatever I want the word to be. We'll type in word pirates. And then I have the ability to, one, choose what I want the text to look like. So I want it to look like skulls and crossbones. And then I'll hit generate. Now let's make that larger. And I can choose to make the text. Well, one is I can choose fonts. Of course, it's got to be a thick font to hold images like that, but I can come in here and choose any one of these fonts. They have a number of them that you can use. And I can modify the prompt, skulls. Let's just use skulls. Let's regenerate. I don't really see any crossbones in there anyway. Now, what I wish I could do is take the pattern and make it larger. They don't have a feature like that yet, but I have different results I can click on over here on the right. I think this was a little bit larger. That works a little bit better. Okay, it's kind of hard to read though, isn't it? Then I have loose, tight, and medium. So if I click loose, it takes the pattern and breaks it up more, makes it more swirly. So that didn't work. And sometimes you'll just get an epic fail. Let's look at medium. Let's look at height. Now let's make it red and blue skulls. And generate again. Boom. How about black and blue? Okay. And I can choose realistic, embellished, pencil strength. Ooh, kind of like that. Pencil sketch, neon. Let's look at neon. I think I like it better with the embellished. And then I can tint it if I like. Let's say I want an orange tint. Black and blue skulls with an orange tint. Wow, I kind of like that. Okay. It's getting hard to read though, but that is cool, right? And these are sample effects. If I click here, pink glare, dragon skin, marble stone, carved granite, woven basket, abstract, animals, textures, arts and crafts, food, etc., etc., etc. And then here are the different results. I can come in here and sample each one of these. I like that one the best. All right, let's try the last one. So I can find a font that's easier to read. Let's scale down a bit. Yeah, it's just much easier to read, isn't it? Let's see, I like that, right? It's like, what with the winner? One is that I can save it in here. Now, I personally don't like saving everything up to the web. I wish that we had a feature that allowed us to save it down to our hard drives instead of saving it to the cloud. And I'm going to see if I can't find a way to do that. Uh-oh, did I lose my image? Okay, good. And I'm still looking for that option. So what I want to do now, we'll come back and we'll spend more time with all the features in here. I can also change the background color, etc., etc. I'm going to go download, and then you'll see your options: PNG, JPEG, PDF. Um, for an image like this, I would probably use PNG, especially if I wanted to make the background transparent. JPEG would be good. PDF would be more if I'm creating a document like a poster. I think I'll use the PNG option. I'll click download. And then I'm going to save this into my images folder and click save. Okay, and now I'm going to open up Photoshop. And this is something else I was working on, which is for you guys. We'll come to that later. I'm going to open up that. Where's my pirates? I need to put all this in the same folder. There it is. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab my quick selection tool. Let's make sure the background is transparent. Let's trap select this text and see if we can isolate it. I'm going to jump, Control J, jump into a new layer, go to the bottom layer, fill it with white, edit, fill, and I'm just going to use the background color. Okay, so now I'll take my text and I'm going to use some of the tools in Photoshop to embellish it. I'm going to my layer style, so I'm going to bevel it a little bit, bevel and emboss. Let's give it a little bit of a bevel. Let's get a little bit of a emboss, just a little bit. There we go. We can chisel hard or chisel smooth. Inner bevel, outer bevel. I think I'll use the inner bevel. Then I'm going to go down, I'm going to add a little drop shadow. And click OK. And now I've kind of jazzed that text up. Okay. And so that's the kind of thing I like to do. So we started with the drop shadows maybe a little too heavy. Let's pull it back a little bit. Let's make it like this. And of course, you could go in and you could apply a color overlay if you wanted. And then you could make that more opaque. Right, so I can come in here and I can start with something I've generated, and then I can take it in different directions. Right, I could apply a gradient overlay, choose something like that. And then I'm going to scale it and take the opacity down. And what I want it to do is I don't want it to look like it's just sitting on top. I want to kind of massage it into there. So you can do all sorts of things. After you get that generated, you can take it and do different things with it. Okay, and then what we're going to do later is go back and assemble using Adobe Express.